The Gollum Cave tragedy. On the early morning of August 18, 2005, five friends set out to explore a hidden underground passage near Y Mountain in Provo, Utah, known locally as Gollum Cave or the Cave of Death. This site was an abandoned mine with a narrow, water-filled tunnel that had attracted thrill-seekers for years. None of the friends fully understood the peril that awaited them. The group consisted of friends ranging in age from 18 to 28. Four of them entered the cave while the fifth, 20-year-old Steve Huntley, remained outside due to work obligations. The plan was straightforward. Each friend would swim through a submerged tunnel guided by a single rope to reach a small chamber on the far side. The tunnel was a tight 15-foot-long passage with a diameter of only about 3 to 4 feet, barely large enough for one person to navigate at a time. Before entering the water, some members recalled that they had visited the cave on previous occasions. One of them had even nearly passed out on a prior trip because of the frigid temperature. Inside the cave, the narrow passageway was unforgiving. As each friend took their turn, they clung to the guide rope and swam through the tunnel. After several minutes submerged, they emerged into a cramped chamber that was scarcely more than a crawl space. This small chamber, barely high enough for a standing person, contained only a thin layer of air above the icy water. The limited oxygen in the chamber rapidly became a critical issue. It appears that once inside the chamber, the friends encountered an abrupt drop in oxygen levels. Cold and low oxygen became disoriented and lost consciousness. In the confined space, her body inadvertently obstructed the narrow exit pathway. With the passage blocked, the remaining friends attempted to navigate around her in a desperate bid to retrace their route. However, the combination of turbulent, near-freezing water, limited space, and the loss of a clear guide meant that they could not bypass the obstruction. Inside the dark, submerged chamber, panic quickly set in. The friends frantically tried to signal to one another and to swim back toward the guide rope, but the cramped conditions and the overwhelming drop in oxygen left them with no viable escape route. The confined space offered little room to maneuver. Even slight movements disrupted the already murky water. Their efforts to clear the blockage or find an alternate route were hampered by the rapidly deteriorating conditions. Meanwhile, Steve Huntley, waiting outside the cave, grew increasingly anxious. He alerted the authorities. Rescue teams arrived promptly, armed with equipment to pump water out of the tunnel and inject oxygen into the chamber. Despite these intensive efforts, rescuers found the bodies of all four trapped friends still in the submerged passageway. Medical examinations later confirmed that the cause of death was drowning, compounded by oxygen deprivation. In the aftermath, city officials quickly sealed the entrance to Gollum Cave to prevent further tragedies.